Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. May the 4th be with you. My name is Simon, and I am here very excited to watch a new series, a new Star Wars series, and ultimately a new animated Star Wars series here on the channel. The Bad Batch is finally here. I, unfortunately, am not able to watch it immediately when it comes out at 8 a.m. in the morning, just because 8 a.m. in the morning, why do I say that? It's either 8 in the morning or 8 a.m. Don't know why I say that. But I can't watch it immediately just because I have to work. So typically I, am busy in the mornings. So I have to wait until I get home around about 5 before I can, watch the show. So now I am trying to avoid all spoilers on Twitter. It never used to be this way. This is my cat Zuko. Say hello, Zuko. If you like Zuko, then please give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe for more Zuko. I also appear on this channel as well, but Zuko is the main attraction. But yes, I've not been able to really, get to watch this when it's come out in the morning like I did with some of the other series, like The Mandalorian and whatnot. So, I've been watching the clock all day in work, just trying to avoid spoilers on Twitter, blocking out all of the different keywords. And here we are now, ready to watch, what is hopefully going to be a successor to the Clone Wars, both, literally and in spirit as well. Because I think the Bad Batch episodes that came out, for those of us who had seen the unfinished episodes, we really enjoyed them because, they matched up to our expectations. I think with a lot of casual Star Wars fans, they weren't, it was kind of hot and cold on the Bad Batch. I've certainly spoken to some people who, are not as well-versed in the Clone Wars, who watched Season 7, and they were like, there was a mixture of opinion. They were like, some were like, yeah, they were pretty good episodes, I enjoyed them. Others were like, I didn't really like that Bad Batch, they're a bit of a weird group. And, obviously each to their own, but I think there is a bit of work to be done here to win over the casual fan. But they couldn't be in a better position, I think, with the fact that we are venturing into territory that we've not really ventured into, certainly not in the TV world, of the immediate aftermath of Order 66, going into a galaxy where the Republic has just died and the Empire has just been born, and the clones might find themselves in a world where they're not needed. Certainly I think that's the journey that the Bad Batch are going to go on. They're going to find themselves out of favour, unable to fit in the new Empire. Basically, an early take on what a lot of the clones will go through later on as they're replaced by stormtroopers. And so, we've also got Echo added to the group, which he wasn't a part of the original Bad Batch in Season 7 until, the very end. So we still have that link, that one character who ties us in to, the Clone Wars. We know, well, at least from the trailer, we saw a glimpse of Rex. I don't quite know how he's going to fit into this. And there's also a young girl that's been in the trailers, and we don't know how she's going to fit into this either. But I'm really excited to see where they go with this. They have a blank check. Well, not a blank check, but they've got a blank page to really write a story here. And, if they do half as good a job as they did with Clone Wars, then we're in for a really, really good time. So, anyway, let's jump into this, because this is 70 minutes long, and it's going to be a really tough job to edit this down. The picture-in-picture is going to be smaller than it normally would be on my shows, because, copyright and whatnot. So, as always, you can find the full reactions to everything I watch over on Patreon. But we're going to jump in. Before we do, I want to say a big thank you to my Patreon super supporters: Bryan, Chelsea Keel, Frank Tremel, Karen Abel, Nightwing0102, LelouchViBrittaniawMustache, Michael Y, Mr. Greg89, Nick Walters, Nightwolf37, and Olly Brown. So without further ado, let's jump in and let's watch the Bad Batch. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Out of the ashes rises the Bad Batch. So this is before Order 66, which I guess makes sense That's why we're going to pick up. Ooh. Wait a second. That's Kanan. It is, it's Kanan.
Don't worry.
Caleb.
Right behind me.
Well, they made that look easy. I can't believe Kanan, young Kanan, is in this.
Very well.
Holy shit, is this how he survives? Order 66.
Good.
Was it literally in that moment? Holy fuck. What a way for them to tie this into Rebels. Dave Filoni, you know what you're doing. Why does that keep surprising me? Oh, look how smooth that animation is. It's so smooth. Does Cross... Oh shit, Crosshair has a chip. Crosshair has a chip. Holy fuck! I have to say, I wasn't expecting to get lightsaber action within the first 10 minutes.
Take it easy.
That's his lightsaber! The one that he takes apart!
Easy. I stunned him when he jumped. He didn't make it.
Ah. He's covering for him. He is saving him. This is the Empire's Camino cloning facility now, not the Republic's. Also, that shuttle, such a cool looking shuttle.
You are more machine than man, percentage-wise at least.
He's more machine than man now, to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ripped directly from the film.
Say that again.
Oh, I love it. I love this. I'm loving this. It's great. This is what I always wanted to see.
Galactic Empire. We're soldiers of the Republic.
The rise of the Empire.
Indeed, a service conscription soldiers could provide at half the cost.
So that's why they switched to stormtroopers. The cost.
Superior to that of any recruited body.
And that is true.
I shall be the judge of that.
Lab Scrabber, did he say? Oh my god! Wrecker. Yes.
Where?
He's losing the will to live. We don't understand it.
No. Get them off.
But my tests are not yet complete.
Oh no, not this thing.
It's okay.
Not this thing.
It's me.
This is taking way too long.
Oh no. Oh no, Wrecker. Calm down. If there's anything that Tarkin hates, it's irresponsible, reckless action. Oh shit, are they like early versions of Dark Troopers? They are! They're Dark Troopers. I like it. He's riding it. Oh, that's such a cool shot. He blasted the knife into his head. That's how you get shit done.
What are you waiting for? Give the
That's an old lady! She's not an insurgent.
what?
You mean we're not blasting?
She's incontinent, maybe, but not an insurgent. Onderon is where, what's his name? Forrest Whitaker's character is from. Saul Guerrero. Onderon is where Saul Guerrero is from.
What are you gonna do? Strike us down like you did the Jedi?
Is that a request?
Enough.
Crosshair.
Droids. Not
Civilians?
Oh, it's a probe droid. It was just a test. That's all it was a test. Oh, Crosshair is really... I don't know what lies in store for him going forward.
One of us.
Our official Kamino. Don't touch me, droid.
Oh, God. This show is going to make me hate clones now, isn't it? That's what they're trying to do to me. No.
Explaining when you went soft.
Stow it, Crosshair.
Don't you see we're locked up in here because of him? He had us disobey orders. I never thought you disobeying orders was a problem.
I just love the idea that this is just a conversation between D. Bradley Baker.
Orders.
I thought you were going to, like, properly punch it.
What happened? Are you sure this is gonna work?
Oh, very nice.
Let's move.
Oh, I've got a feeling the Crosshairs... Oh, I don't know if he's going to be in the group and be the weak link, or if he's going to be chasing them.
I don't think we'll have to go far.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Is that Crosshair?
He's about to turn against them. Oh! Oh, it's Nala Se. Oh shit! Who was that? Oh, she's good with a gun. Alright, well, I mean, she's alright with a gun.
Until the Empire's intentions are made clear, say nothing.
Ooh.
Prime Minister.
Yeah, 'cause she's wearing the same head thing as she is. She's in space. The final frontier.
First time in space.
Could any of them help us?
That would be a short list. I can think of one. Plot a course for J19. J19? We know a guy.
What is J19?
Strap in, kid.
Okay, so very good opening episode. Very, very good opening episode. It is throwing me into the era that I really wanted to explore the most. You know, in the next Star Wars show, it's the birth of the Empire, the death of the Republic. It's that transition. It's showing how the clones, who we become so close to, watching through the Clone Wars, you know, becoming obsolete and becoming enemies of the Empire. And, you know, even here, you could tell there was a malleable change in the atmosphere. And I think this show, the Clone Wars, served the purpose of making us love the clones for their, you know, uniqueness and their individuality, making us see that, you know, they aren't just carbon copies of one person bred to follow orders. You know, they're all kind of individualistic in their own way. And they all do have unique traits. I think this show is going to serve a purpose of making us hate the clones who have succumbed to their inhibitor chips, you know, and really kind of tug on our heartstrings, because, you know, we do have a lot of, I mean, at least I do, I have a lot of, you know, really emotional feelings towards the clones in general. You know, not every clone was great, not every clone was, you know, good, but, you know, you just gained a new appreciation for them through, you know, the Clone Wars. And in this show, there was one thing in particular that I picked up on, and that was kind of the artistic direction of making the regs all exactly the same. You know, the Clone Wars made the clones unique and individual, and each one of them was different in their own little ways. And that's what we came to recognize and came to love. This show, it's turned it back to the clones are carbon copies. You can't tell the difference between them. And, that's because it's putting them in that role of, the villains, really. We have our Squad 99, who are, the protagonists and are the most unique clones out there, having to face off against the regs, as you might call them. And the artistic direction is to try and take away all of that, connection to the clones, because we don't see the unique individuals anymore. When I was looking at them all, the same haircuts, the same armor, same voice, they were trying to sever that emotional connection, so that we could begin to feel the antagonistic nature of these, regular clones in, the way that they are going to be portrayed for the next, however many, I think it's 16 episodes. I was surprised that Crosshair turned, and I know he only turned because of his inhibitor chip, but that's clearly going to be the story. Firstly, trying to figure out who Omega is. I think she is a clone. I think that she was either a defect that came out as female, and so maybe they kept on to her because they knew that maybe she would have been terminated had that been discovered. So maybe the Kaminoan, I don't know what you call them, the Kamino people, whatever it is that they are called, maybe they kept her, to safeguard her, or she was an intentionally created female clone by, Nala Se, who has taken a very, motherly, kind of relationship with Omega, and Omega wears the same head thing that Nala Se does. And she helped her escape, so it could possibly be that she was intentionally created, maybe to bridge a gap, or maybe Nala Se saw this coming. I don't know. But her backstory is going to be one that I'll be interested to look at. The next is going to be Crosshair chasing them across the galaxy now, trying to find them and hunt them down. And them trying to stay one step ahead of him. He knows them as well as they know each other. So that's going to be an interesting, chase. And their objective is going to be to, remove the chip, bring him back to normal, whatever normal is for him, and have him be part of the group again. Now, that might end in tragedy. That might end in him dying. That might end in, him being able to rejoin them. We don't know. But I get a feeling their journeys are going to visit a lot of places that we've seen before, show some familiar faces that we've seen before. And, in this episode, the very beginning, Caleb Doom, who, the young Padawan who grows into the Jedi Master Kanan Jarrus, who is one of the main characters in Rebels, who then goes on to teach Ezra Bridger, to become a Jedi. And, it was just a great way to tie the two together. And, in effect, the Bad Batch saved his life. Not all of them, it was definitely Hunter, but, they did. And it was great just to see that little tie-in, This is the great thing about the animated shows, is that they can bridge the gap between all the different eras without, having to do anything offensive to, canon, or, like CGIing anyone in live action, things like that. So I thought this was really a really good first episode. I can already tell that, there's going to be a lot of mixed emotions here. I don't want to hate the clones, but I'm getting that feeling I'm going to end up hating some of the clones. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the development of the Republic into the Empire, and how they go about, removing the clones and bringing in stormtroopers, and, the journey that the Bad Batch are going to go on whilst that's going on. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.